Good morning and welcome to Fat Cow Farm. Now here we are in the top paddock here at Fat Cow Farm, and this is one of the last paddocks that we had here that we needed to mechanically mulch the blackberries. Now if you're familiar with what we had, is that we had blackberries probably about my sort of height all the way through this paddock here, and the process is that from some of the paperwork I was reading, is that using the blackberry mulch, once it's been cut and everything else and dropped to the ground, that you could use that for summer soil protection. So what I wanted to show you now was that you can pick up a line coming through here. All right, so you can see, and I'm on the tractor now and just doing another cut. Now, the right-hand side, where you can see that it's a lot of the green and the blackberries coming through, that's now a 2-month growth after our initial mass mulch. And, I've still got heaps of blackberries here, don't get me wrong, but in saying that though, it's only the first cut. Now I've come back onto this side where you can see it's a little bit more on the pale brown sort of side. That's the fresh grass and mulch and everything else that we've just cut through now. So that's now the second pass. And I suppose, like everything here at Fat Cow Farm, I wanted to see what was going to work and what's not going to work. And with a lot of the, and if you have a look through here, I've still got truckloads of blackberries, absolutely truckloads, but I've got a lot of green grass coming through, so which is the bonus. Now what they're telling me is that the blackberries need around about 4 cuts, and it's from that 4th cut you'll probably then end up with around about 90% of the blackberries gone, and that's really what we're trying to achieve. But secondly, it's the mulch. So over this summer period, we've been quite dry now for quite a while, and it's the mulch that I wanted to protect the soils. And whatever, it's so no rain, but we do have a bit of dew, and it's that dew that I'm sort of trying to maximize on surface area of everything. Now, we'll wait now for this side to come back up, and I'm just going to do a bit of a crop graze this afternoon. I might even just take it, or this morning, take it back down to this tree, and I'll sort of square it all off, and then so we're not sort of giving everything a massive impact at once. But have a look at this here. So this is the second cut now, and this mulch that's sitting on top of the soil, look at that. So that's just sitting on top. Now that's a good 50-60 mil. Now it certainly has degraded a lot since we first cut. We were close to about, I would almost say about 100 mil in mulch on top of the soil. Now, the benefit being is that, I am dry underneath. And it's terrible soil up here, absolutely terrible. But it's not dust, I've got clumps. And this is what's, I suppose, making me think that we are doing the right thing here, is that with this mulch being on top, the sun's not super, penetrating the soils as it can. We've got that mulch cover, and when the dew comes through, and hopefully soon we're going to get some rain, is that will all start penetrating through and starting to hydrate. So that's the theory behind it. Now, there's a couple of other byproducts, and I want to show you the difference between the mulch, what's coming out of the flail, and what we have now, and also the byproduct. Now, the byproduct of what we have is that we have a lot of surface rocks, you know, like so. And from the initial cut that we had, because we were cutting so high, we went over all these rocks. But now I can start, the rocks are starting to poke their head out as that mulch starts decomposing, which is great because I'm now collecting these with my shovel, trusty shovel here, and loading them up into the front of the tractor. And we can use these for other things, you know, like gabion walls or leaky weirs or, you know, whatever it may be, just to build up a little bit more of a hydration in the soil in some of those little gullies and things that we have. But I want to show you the flail and how that's working and everything else and what's going through. And you can see, you know, I've got tinges of green. You can certainly see the brown spots. You know, that was a mass clump sitting just there. And, you know, there is a lot of mulch sitting on top, and that will slowly come through. And then what I can do there is, once we start getting those first rains in autumn, I'll start planting some seeds. So hopefully then we'll be able to kick off the system. So let me get on top of the tractor. I'll come and find you, and I'll see you soon. So you can see how the flail is now taking off all these tips through the blackberries and leaving us with a mulch bed. Now, I suppose that, you know, as a bit of a recap, what we need to think about is under all these mass plantings of blackberries that we had here, we were bare soil, and I wouldn't, you know, nothing's been done up here for years and years and years until we've purchased the farm now. So what we're going through is the processes of rebuilding these soils. Now, if we hadn't come across the paperwork to say that we could mulch our blackberry canes, the tips, and get all that green matter back into the soil, I'm not sure what we would have done here. I'm not sure if we would have sprayed, would we burn, you know, and there are a lot of side effects based on that. So I'm thinking that, you know, with the idea of having 4 passes, and the theory behind that being is that the sugars from the plant explode really to get the growth happening again, and that slowly slows, so that the plant basically expires all its effort and sugars and everything else to keep on growing. And that's what that 4th pass is really all about, where it should be dying off, where it just doesn't have any more energy. And, you know, and I'm stoked the fact that, you know, we've got all this mulch sitting on top of our bare soil, and we're using, you know, really a bad situation, turning it into a good one. So that's really what it's all about. Yeah, it's time consuming, I'll give you that, because, you know, effectively, like I said, this is a 2-month growth now, and, you know, all those blackberries that you can see coming through, but we've got a lot more grass now, is that it needed to push through all that mulch and get everything going again. So we'll hit that again, and then hopefully I can get this really the 4th pass before winter, before it all goes dormant. And if I don't quite make that because of the area that we have, we may just have to sort of carry that over into the next growth period in spring after winter. But, you know, this is really what it's all about. And check this out. Now that I can start seeing rocks on the surface, you know, this is just one of many loads that we have here, and so we're now stockpiling these to use for other things later on down the track. So, you know, it's all coming together, and this is what it is so exciting that we can see that, you know, this is a 50-acre allotment through here, totally inaccessible, totally. Cows couldn't use it, sheep couldn't use it, nothing. And now, you know, I regularly see cows and the sheep coming through here, and like we've got this open on the other side, so we're basically giving the sheep and then all our cattle this is a free rein as a part of one of our other pastures which is up and running. So, you know, they come in here and they have a look around, but pretty much it's been rested, and that's really, I suppose, what I'm trying to get at, is that the fact that we're mulching, we're resting, and then, you know, once those summer comes, we'll start planting out with some seeds, and we'll go from there, mate. So I just wanted to give you a bit of an update from previous videos about, you know, what we're doing up here and how it's all working, and I think it's working absolutely fantastic. Because you imagine just bringing in all this mulch, you know, for 50 acres. Oh my God, I mean, you couldn't do it. You couldn't do it. So I think, you know, it's using what you've got and making it work for you. It's all good, mate. So like and subscribe, and I'll see you soon.